Hi everyone. Oop, just as I go live. Hi everyone. This is my dragon Jade. She is in her water right now. She is egg bound, but we've taken her to the vet. They've provided her. Hi everyone. Oop, just as I go live. Hi everyone. So they have the vet provided her with some injections, some fluids, and some vitamin, such as vitamin B, vitamin E, and also I believe some sort of calcium injection that should help her have contractions. So hopefully she will be able to get out the remaining 6 eggs on her own. The cameras are swapping each minute or so between the egg laying box as well as the water dish that she stays at. If she does move, I'd probably adjust the camera a little bit. You can probably see some reflections, which is unfortunate, but that's on the outside. You can see paper towels where I'm holding one of the cameras. So anyway, hopefully it's not too bad, and this is going to be a way to help me monitor how she is doing, because I'm really nervous for her. She is 11 years old. They typically get to about 15, 16 before, it's their time. So she is pretty old for laying eggs still. And hopefully it won't come down to an emergency surgery. But even if it doesn't, I may have to go get her spayed, because unfortunately she is clearly having some problems and I don't want to have her go through this again. So something to consider. In the meantime, you should see her in just another minute when it swaps back to her water dish. You can see her there. She is just laying her head on her ledge that she has that keeps her somewhat in the water and somewhat out. The water is filtered, so it is filtering through to keep it as clean as possible between water changes. I hand built that. It's technically a cat litter, a deep cat litter box, but if you notice on the outside, I've done a lot of changes to it to help it kind of blend in from the outside and make it feel natural for her. I'm not sure how I could have done it on the inside because it's nice and blue, but I did the best I could. You can barely see how big her cage is, or her terrarium, or whatever you would like to call it, but she actually has a very, very large terrarium where it is 6 feet tall, I believe, as well as maybe also 6 feet wide and a couple feet length. No, I said that wrong. 6 feet wide, length, and 2 feet wide. Oh, and you can hear Wednesday in the background, possibly, since she likes attention. You want to talk to everyone, huh? Wednesday? Do you like Wednesday? Huh? I realize this is a cat channel, but These are Jade is our their siblings, and right now Jade is taking up my time, and so I've not been able to do any cat videos or anything like that. Thank you everyone who are helping support me and watching this. Jade, you can see in the blue container right now, she's soaking. She's not feeling well at all. It's been 48 hours since she last laid her first egg. We are really concerned about her and would like to bring her, well, we hope that she'll lay her eggs before we need to bring her to an emergency surgery. We don't know if that will happen. We really hope that she does, though. Feel free to chat with me if you have any questions, concerns, or want to keep me company. I would love that. I think you have to be a subscriber for more than 5 minutes in order to chat, but feel free to chat as soon as you can, and thank you. Jade is a Chinese water dragon. I think most people that I know have a bearded dragon, which is much different. I would say that the closest resembling, and it's not anywhere, it's still not the same, the closest resembling kind of lizard that people are aware of are iguanas. Chinese water dragons have a very long tail in comparison to their body, which is different than an iguana. And they require high humidity levels in order to hi it's nice seeing you, but they require high humidity levels in order to maintain unhealthy well, to remain healthy. Jade here has been with us for, like I said, 11 years in the chat. She has been very healthy up until now. In about 30 seconds or so, you'll see the next camera view, which you will be able to see her. She's in there, but it's hard to see her. Really concerned for her. I've never had an egg-bound situation before, so this is really scary. The vet is hopeful, but not certain that the injections to help her have contractions will help. She suspects there's some kind of uterine problems beginning. So yeah, it's really scary. And so in this view, you should be able to see the blue container, which is actually a cat litter box. And she's just sitting on a ledge. You can't really see the ledge because the camera's not high enough, but she's sitting there kind of resting. She's not feeling well. She was given lots of fluids. Up until yesterday, at least, she was eating on her own. I would give her hornworms, some earthworms, some butterworms. So that's at least a good sign, but she's usually more active than she is right now, and so that's very concerning for me. I know this is a cat channel, and normally I am doing videos of my cats. This is the first time I've actually shown my dragon. Well, no, I take that back. It's the second time because one of my shorts had a little preview of Jade and Jasper, who's no longer with us, unfortunately. But Jade here still is. She's been around for a very long time, and I hope she'll be here for at least another 4 or so years. But time will tell. I don't know how long I'll let this stream, because obviously if she starts to show any kind of bigger issues, I will be ending the stream to go help her if I can. So otherwise I'm just monitoring. And thank you so much for joining. Aw, I love it. Thank you. Yeah, so it's interesting because when you adopt a Chinese water dragon like this, when they're the smallest you can see them, actually the picture in the thumbnail is her as a baby. So she was, I would say, up to about 6 months old when in that picture, the original picture. We didn't know whether or not it was a female because it takes like up to 2 years in order to find out if it's a male or a female. And so at first we just assumed it was a male, so we would just call her Dragon. It's like, hey, it's Dragon. How's Dragon doing? And it wasn't until about 1.5 years later that we're like, so it's a female. It's a Jade. So she started laying eggs right around the 2-year mark. And she's been laying ever since, up to 3 times, 3 times a year, I think. And it just so happens every time I have to go travel for work and I'm gone for about 3 weeks, that's around the time she decides to time her egg laying moments. This time, apparently it was beforehand because I'm actually traveling the end of August. So she missed her opportunity for that. And it's actually a good thing given the urgent situation right now. She's, I feel so bad. Like I could tell something was wrong because she laid an egg at about 48 hours ago. It wasn't the greatest looking one, but it wasn't terrible either. It had extra calcium in it, so it was kind of weird. But otherwise looked normal. And then she laid a beautiful second egg 24 hours later. And unfortunately, usually she's already laid 8 to 12 by then. So I was already like, okay, this isn't right. This is different. And so today, while I was still sitting here watching her, she was slowing down. She was even more active earlier this morning, but then again, she's been stressed a lot. So that's why I'm trying to avoid going downstairs. Sorry you can't see me, but I got to see the full picture of her. And anyway, so I was downstairs, she's downstairs, I'm up here. But I was watching her slow down, and I just had to make sure that I brought her in because I don't think she would have survived much longer if I didn't. And again, we're on a countdown here, and she still may not. We have 24 hours. We have to wait and see if she has, we do know a count. She has 6 eggs left. She's had 2 others, so that's right around the same amount that we would expect, 8 to 12. So 6 remain. The vet has given her all these kinds of injections. I think I mentioned that already. But it's supposed to like help her start contractions again. And she did say one of them was near the canal that it's like ready to come out. So we're just kind of watching, seeing if she lays those eggs. And then at the end of the 24 hours, which is tomorrow sometime, we have to call the emergency vet, which is far away, unfortunately, and find a way to get her a procedure to remove the eggs, and also spay her at the same time because she can't go through this again. So a little bit nervous. not more than a little bit, actually, but I know you've been going through a lot too yourself, Kim, with the territory, knowing that, you know, the kind of kittens you take in and how well you work with them and everything. And just so you know, like in this view where you see the other cat litter box with a bunch of dirt, for females, it's important that these Chinese water dragons have what's called a lay box. And this is the other thing that's weird is while she's laid 2 eggs, typically what happens is they go into this lay box and they dig a deep hole. And actually they dig several. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. I've been watching on and off, and even if I can't make your live streams, I tend to go and watch them afterwards. Just to keep up to date on everything going on. But yeah, I can imagine all the stress that you've been through and still going through. But yeah, for this lay box, typically she'll dig several holes until she finds the right one that she likes. Then she'll lay most, if not all, of her eggs and then cover them up. And then she will look entirely, like, way different than she had just before the eggs because she'll be super skinny at that stage. And that didn't happen at all this time. Like, she didn't even dig. She went into the lay box. She just walked around, didn't try digging at all. She doesn't even look like she's walking very well, but one thing to note is she does not have the bone disease, which is very common in people that are not common in people, common in lizards that are not treated properly. Like, they don't give them enough calcium. The owners haven't given them enough calcium or UVB or anything like that. So instead, that is not what's happening here. Like, we in our x-rays, I even asked, is there any sign of any kind of bone disease that she might have? And it turns out, no, that's not the case. Ooh, must be in the water right now. I don't see her. You'll see her probably soon because she kind of goes into the water and swims a little and then comes back up on her ledge. But anyway, so yeah, she does not have the metabolic bone disease. I probably said that wrong. Which is a scare for some people, and often why these lizards actually get egg bound often. But her bones looked fine. Her eggs looked fine. Like, they had perfect calcium. I think she's just older, and maybe like the vet thinks she could have some kind of uterine problem now that's making it hard for her to lay. I feel like I'm talking a lot, so sorry. This is new to me, so I don't know. I don't think I missed seeing her get out of the water, but in the next camera view again, we should be able to see a little bit closer. I wish I had a better view of my cameras too, because it would be nice if I could see them no matter where she is and just move the camera itself. But I don't have a good tripod or anything to sit it on, unfortunately. So it's literally sitting on a roll of paper towels. Aw, well, thank you. It is, oh my gosh. Let's see, hold on, here's the, I can't see all of the view either. I think she's still in the water. I think she'd probably be a little bit closer to her lay box by now. But it is a long cage, so I mean, those plants, well, fake plants, are difficult to get into or see. But they need that to feel safe, so they need a lot of hiding spots. I don't use a substrate because they can get blocked, so instead I use a green carpet at the bottom, which is what you see at the bottom there. And then she has lots of climbing spots. She's got some basking areas, But that's the other thing, is I've noticed she hasn't been climbing up lately, and that is pretty common just before she lays her eggs. But unfortunately, it's been a little bit longer than I would have expected. But then again, I don't know how long she's been trying to lay her eggs either. So I'd like to see her feel healthy again and climbing back to the top and enjoying her basking. Ooh, I can see a reflection. So as soon as the camera switches, we'll be able to see her again, I think. I love the reflections are bad but good at the same time, because you can kind of see bits and pieces of movement when she's around, depending on the angle of the camera. But I hope to see her very shortly again. And I'd like to see her more active. So her typical routine of laying eggs, man. She would typically go from the water, which, well, yeah, you still can't see her, but you could see her in the reflection. But anyway, so she would go from this water here, and she would get out and kind of sit right on that white or beige or whatever area on the bottom there. And she'd sit there for about maybe 20 seconds, and then she'd move all the way across to the other side to the dirt. She'd then digs, and when she got bored of the digging, she would then go to her log branch on the other side. So there's two. There's one that you can see right in front of us that kind of is at an angle, and that goes all the way. Like if she climbed all the way to the top, she would be at the top shelf that she could lay on right under her basking. There's another one on the opposite side, because this is basically two cages combined together, because that's where I used to keep Jasper, and I kept them separate. But now that, Jasper's gone, I've actually I just gave her the full cage. So she usually climbs about halfway up, just about the area you can see right there on this one, but on the opposite side. And she'll sit there for about 20 seconds, then she'll get down, and she will walk all the way back to the water, clean up a little, do a little bit swimming. They are water dragons for a reason. And then rinse and repeat. And it's like she's just so habitual, or if that's the right word. You just can tell exactly what she would do. Did my other camera go away? I just saw a funky thing on my other camera. I think it's too early for... So my cameras are plugged into auto, like top offs, not auto top offs, but we have a mister, so it's on a timer. We've also got these lights and basking things that are on timers, and at like 6 p.m. or something, it just stops. And so this camera that you can see right now just stops too. I can't connect to it or anything. I just don't have a better spot to plug it in right now, so unfortunately that's what happens. But yeah, her cage is huge, even though you're only seeing the bottom part of it. It's 6 feet tall. It's really, like, it takes up an entire basement wall for us, which is good for her, bad for us, because what are we gonna, we could use that space probably for more things. But I actually got Jasper because I had originally thought maybe we would breed the two and have little baby ones, but we never got to that part because I had ordered Jasper online, and when I received Jasper, he was definitely a male, even though she was, yeah, it is. He was definitely a male because he had a different head shape, had bigger spikes and things like that. It was very obvious he was a male. But he was the tiniest thing I've ever seen because he was malnutritioned. And while I tried to, help get him to a healthy weight, a healthy everything, he was a way different, different personality than Jade. Anytime I'd even walk down the stairs, he would jump and hide. And he never got enough of the light. It's like, like I said, it was the same exact cage that she has with the same exact lighting and the same everything. And she's been healthy all the way up until now. And 11 years later, she's still healthy. Well, she was still healthy all the way up until now. But with Jasper, we actually lost him early on. He just never became healthy after we bought him. And even though I had all the great lighting, he just hid most of the time, even though it's in the basement. We're not down there all the time. And it's just amazing how different personality they have. And he just never grew. He was the tiniest thing. And so there was no way I could try to breed them when he wasn't healthy. And he was so tiny that she would probably have hurt him. So we just kept them separated. But definitely a Chinese water dragon is one of the, what do you call it? It's more of an advanced, like you don't want to get into it without researching it a lot and having the appropriate care from the start. That's a lot of times that's a mistake that people have made, that they didn't do the research and they're like, oh, that's really cute, I want it. And then they get it. And then they find out it's all this stuff, and either they don't provide it or it's way more expensive than they were expecting. I mean, the cage I have combined with two of them was a total of both of them was about $7,000. So I mean that it's a lot of money, a lot of investment. I have no complaints about the cage itself because it's done really well. It's held up all this time, even though it has to stay humid. So I'm constantly misting it every hour. In fact, is that what time? No, it's not quite that time yet. I was thinking I was seeing the mister on right now, but in about 5 to 7 minutes, you'll see the mister potentially, where the lugs get wet, even more wet, which is why you see there it looks wet, because we keep it humid. The dirt is wet, it's moist, it has to stay that way. I wonder, I don't see her moving right now with that reflection in the blue area. That is the basking light, so the light just went down. That was just the basking light. It's set for a certain temperature, and if the temperature gets too hot, it will turn off automatically. I have Wednesday with me. She's not downstairs. I'm not downstairs, but she's in her little cat bed at the desk. And sometimes you'll hear her meow. She loves our cat TV, and right now she's staring at these cameras as well. She's so cute. I'm hoping to see her again soon. I get nervous when I can't see her at all. I don't even see movement right now, so wherever she is, she must just be like standing or sitting still, whatever you call a lizard. Nice, yeah. She definitely meows quite a bit for attention. As soon as I get here, she wants to jump up on my desk and start meowing at me. So she begs for attention. Which is funny because she was the feral kitty that, you know, at the shelter, no one could even go near because she would hiss, bite, everything. It was crazy. But she just wants... Oh, she just bit her own tail. What? You silly cute. She's a cutie. She sleeps right next to me now, too. She's like always when I'm asleep, she is next to me. She has to be on the edge of the bed, which is kind of like I have to hold her up because she has those neurological issues. So I have to hold her up with one of my arms because she like nearly falls off the bed, but she has to be on there. Like that's her choice. She has to do that. I don't know why. Even though there's plenty of space on the other side, she has to be on her edge. And she kicks Echo off the bed too. She's like, no, this is my bed. Just a few more minutes to see, I think, the mister, if it goes off. I wish this camera was a little, it's an older camera, so you see all the, it's also zoomed in. So you see a lot of pixelation, I think, or whatever, but it's also an old camera, so at least you can see what you need to see. I'll probably have to go check on her soon. I don't want to though. Like I want to be able to see her from here so I can see that she's okay. Maybe I'll have to borrow like 5 other cameras and bring them down there and find all different angles. I don't think I have seen her move in the last like 3 minutes at least. That's, unless I missed it, that's nerve-wracking for me. I might move the camera with my phone, the other one, and see if maybe no, we saw her in there, right? We saw her move a little bit in the blue area about 3 minutes ago though, or more. I appreciate that, and yeah, don't worry, as long as, I'm fine with it being in the background, of course, and thank you for letting me know. I think I need to go check on her, so I'm going to mute the mic and walk downstairs for a little bit. So I'm not going to see the chat just for a second, but you guys might see me a little bit in the reflection. I'm just going to go check on her though. Okay, so she's still okay so far. I have placed a hornworm next to her. You can't see it on the stream, but I think it's time to give her a warm bath as well. So I'm gonna get that prepared. And oh my gosh, I ran up the stairs. I could barely breathe. I should probably try to breathe before I talk. Whew. Anyway, so I need to prepare a warm bath for her, and then I will go back down there. I can change the camera view for that in a little bit once I have that ready. So, see you soon. Alright, so she is currently soaking in her warm bath. It's not that big, but this is supposedly supposed to help her. I'm supposed to do that about twice a day. Normally I would have to put her in it and then kind of keep her isolated in there, but she just doesn't move out of it usually, so I just keep her in there for about 15 minutes and then I'll go back down and take her back out. And now that I'm back at my desk, Wednesday has decided to join us again. Normally, I have at least one of those cameras that's down there right now up here, and then I would have her in the little corner if I was live streaming, but unfortunately, that isn't, I'm not able to do that this time because I have both down there. The green turquoise like looking thing at the side of the box, so not her tail, but that is the hornworm. I think I forgot what kind of, like a hawk, some kind of moth that's really large is what that turns into if they don't eat it. I keep an eye on it because, you know, if the lizard doesn't eat its food, the food could start biting the lizard overnight. So I keep an eye on them when I give them that and just make sure that it's not eating my dragon. So, but thought I'd try to give her a chance to eat if she wanted. I think I see a little butterworm too, that little orange thing, teeny tiny, next to the bath as well. It just kind of fell a little, but it's a teeny maggot size. It's not a maggot, but it's a maggot sized worm. And I don't remember what they turn into. Little known fact about Chinese water dragons. They are often caught from the wild, and they're not tame, but they will do everything possible to not bite. They don't want to bite anyone. They just want to scare people, so they'll open their mouth, pull out, I think it's called I forgot what it's called. their little flag underneath. They'll like make themselves large essentially, but they don't typically bite. I think there might have been one like occasion where we tried to get her not to bite us, but like at the vet, just to see how her get her to open her mouth kind of thing, so they can look in it. But outside of that, she's never really tried to bite anyone. She's been a very nice, tame, what seems like tame anyway, jade. I used to carry her around just on my shoulder. She was just always really nice. I think we just need her to have about 10 more minutes in the bath, and then I need to take out that and I'll probably put her on the dirt and then let her see where she goes from there. She really would ordinarily be way more active than this. Like, she would have struggled to get out of my hand when I picked her up to put her in there. And she did struggle a little, but like not to the extent she used to. She's just really not feeling well. I just really hope that I go to bed tonight and I wake up and find 6 eggs. That would be a very nice gift that she has done. But I have a feeling we may have to go to get a surgery. Thank you. I'm really, like, if she does have to go through a procedure, I'm just worried that she's not going to make it out. Because, it's risky. It's especially risky, I think, for some exotic animals that are tiny tiny in the grand scheme of things. But we are taking her to a specialist they specialize in exotic animals, so hopefully that's going to be okay, if it comes down to that. Yeah. I just wish I could help her more. I don't know what else I can do. I mean, the best thing is, obviously I still have to feed her. I still have to give her bath. But for the most part, I just have to leave her alone, because the more stressed she is, the more likely, she'll not want to lay when I need her to. So I'm trying to avoid stressing her out as much as possible, but I still have to do certain things for her. Otherwise, it's just a wait and see. So it's been, let's see, I took her around 11:30. So it's nearly 5 hours since she got those injections. I don't know when to expect them to work, to be fair. They didn't really say. They just said within 24 hours. And we're kind of looking for signs where she might be, like pushing with the contract. So like maybe some tail raises or things like that. She actually spent the entire night in cold water. Well, I say cold, in room temperature. I call it cold for her last night, just for comfortability, I think. And I've never seen her do that ever before. So I would say probably a few more minutes, and I'm going to go down there and I'm going to take her out of that container. So by now I think the water will be room temperature anyway because it doesn't last long. And then I'll just put her on the dirt and then leave her and see what she does after that. Meanwhile, Wednesday is perfectly happy sleeping in her cat bed right beside me. She's actually never met the lizard because we don't allow our cats in the basement. It actually scares. So we can go down there and Jade will just kind of look at us like, yeah, whatever. You're the people that feed me. But as soon as a cat goes down there, if we ever let her down, we haven't let Wednesday down, but we've let some of our past cats. And a cat goes down there and you just see her shiver and terrify and just hide from a cat that can't even get to her because she's in a cage. But it's just crazy how different it is with a small little cat and the people who feed her. Okay. I'm going to go back down there. I'm going to remove her from that. Oh, hold on. I just saw her move. Her tail moved. I don't want to disturb her if she's actually doing something. I see your little face showing up at the corner. Okay. I'm not seeing anything else. You might have just been adjusting. I will be right back. And I will take her out of that and be back up in a minute. Okay, and back. So I helped her to softly land on the dirt. She probably will move because she's probably not in a great position right now, so she'll probably move very shortly. She's still scared of me a little bit, but I really hope the baths and everything we're doing will help. Oh, she's already ready to get out. I'm gonna have to move the other camera probably wherever she goes, which is probably back to the water. She takes her time though. Even when she is like super healthy, she always goes a little bit, stops, goes a little bit, stops. Hey Bodhi. So she's not doing great. I am very concerned about her, and I feel like, if she doesn't start settling down, and I've done her last bath for today, so hopefully, I don't have to go down there any further. So hopefully, she will be able to settle down and be able to have her lay her eggs, I hope. Without intervention from us. That's definitely a concern, though. Also, thank you for stopping by. Some of you are just joined. So that green, so you can see the dragon. She's to the left side of just in front of the dirt. And to the right is a bright green worm, and that's called a hornworm. It turns into a beautiful moth, or I won't say it's beautiful. I actually don't think it's that beautiful, but it's very large. If it's not eaten or if it goes through the typical stages. So that's one of the things that she loves eating. It's like a treat to her. Normally she's about that color, so she has that kind of stripe. So you'll kind of see she's a green, solid. She's not solid green though. You can see a little bit of stripes and tiger on her. The tiger stripe looking things would actually normally be the color of that hornworm, and she would normally be bright green. The fact she isn't is what's kind of scary. Well, she's stressed. That just indicates she's really stressed. But it can also mean she's unhealthy. I like when she's out of the water because she's more active. She's like looking around, trying to understand what's happening. But when she's just soaking in the water, I can't always see what she's up to. And it makes it difficult. And Vodi, how are you? And also, how's your channel doing? I hear Wednesday in the background again. You're tired? Oh, me too. A lot, or just what's it to be expected? Your channel, I mean, that you just started. I hope it does. I know how important it is for you. I don't think Jade's decided what she wants to do yet. I see she's moving back towards the sort of towards the dirt instead of the water, but I don't know if she's just kind of figuring out what she... Whoa, 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 what was that? What's she doing? Oh my god. I don't know what that was. I hope that was just a camera delay, but that almost looked like a seizure. She looks okay there. I'm just watching her closely, guys. I just don't... I'm really nervous. Like, I'm hoping it was just one of those camera glitches where and I know she fell a little bit. Oh dear. I mean, she's standing right now. I can tell that, but... Now she's moving again. I'm glad I have this on recording because then I can at least show my vet too. She's very active right now. I don't know what she's doing. I might have to just take her... Okay, this is her moving, and she's really... Right now, she's just moving. I can see that. She has a hard time walking, so it is possible she just fell over while she was trying to turn. I don't like this view now. I can't see her. I can see her tail. Okay, so I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm not gonna go close to her. I'm just gonna see her from afar and in a better view than this camera for a little bit because I just need to make sure she's not seizing or having something going on more than just awkward movement. So I'll be right back. Okay, thank you. I just was down there for a little while. She sees me every time I go there, even if I'm far away. And so she just kind of stopped moving altogether, just breathing like normal. Mostly just from fear right now. I can't tell for sure, you know, if it was kind of like a camera thing, a seizing thing, or even just a falling over. I'm going to keep a close eye on her because, you know, she did get a bunch of injections and things, and she's a tiny, tiny reptile overall, and I don't know how those would affect her, you know, if she could have a bad reaction to that, or if it's just the eggs again. What I do know is she's definitely not walking as well as she could be. That was already the case before I even took her to the vet, which is actually why I was double checking, you know, that bone disease thing that I talked about earlier. But she seems to be breathing steadily, staying upright right now as long as she's not moving. So I think I may... Okay, so I definitely think she did fall over at least, but I don't know if it was because, you know, because if they're seizing, they might fall over as well. But I think she was just trying to move because she seemed fine up until then. So I'm hoping it was just simply she was trying to move. And you see the beige area, that is a ledge, so it's very possible she could have just, you know, fell from that, just a misstep kind of thing, just like we can trip and that, especially with her back legs not working as well as they could be because of the eggs right now. So I'm hoping it was just that. I'm going to keep a good eye on her just to make sure that doesn't happen again. If it does, I might be calling the ER now rather than waiting. She is a stressor, but only because she's loved. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on that. It is very concerning because I really hope that wasn't a seizure. I really, really hope that wasn't, but it definitely the first time I saw something like that. I'd like if she got back in view so we could see her easier again and without me scaring her by being down there. Has my other camera not come back up yet? Oh, there we go. Okay, so she's still in that corner. I really hoped these injections would help her. Whoa. Camera's being weird. I wonder if it's overheating. Wait. Did she move? I don't see the tail like I did before. Tell if she's still in the same spot because I don't see the tail. I'm trying to look through the reflection. And I can't tell if that's like the head under the log. She definitely knows how to scare me. Oh, whoa. Oh, this is good. This is good. Oh. She's not climbing very well, but she's suddenly in view and she's climbing. So she had moved. I didn't notice she moved. Well, I kind of did, but I was like, not sure where. I don't think she'll climb much higher than that. I wonder if she's interested in the heat. I put her up under the basking light earlier today before the vet. And she just stayed there, but I don't know if she was staying there because she was enjoying the heat or if she needed to, was too afraid to get back down because it is pretty high up there and I don't know. So it's hard to know what's best for her. So I just try to do what I can. You should see the way I have my cameras up. So you can kind of see that black thing outside of the lighted window straight in front of us. That is sitting on top of a water bucket, which is on top of a brown little decoration barrel that you could put a water bucket in to hide it. And I guess even on top of that, water bucket is the little tiny insect thing, a container that had insects for her. And it's just because I don't know what I can. I don't have the tripod that I need, so we're gonna try and get some of that. But it's just funny. And then the one over there where you see like the white coming down, where it's actually not toilet paper. What is it called? Holy cow! Why can't I think? Paper towels, just paper towels. So it's a roll of paper towels on top of a what is that? Stair, like a little mini stair thing that you use for utility stuff. And so that's on top of that. And it's just sitting there, that little black thing. So I clearly don't have a lot of experience with cameras being hung up or anything right now, or tripods even. But I did what I could for this live stream, and watching her and monitoring her as best as possible with short notice. And you can see how her stomach, it almost looks bloated, but those are her eggs. Like, you can see how big her belly is, wide-wise. If and when she has those eggs naturally, well, close to naturally, with those injections anyway, she'll actually be pretty just straight skinny at that stage, like straight bodied, and it's immediate. And that's usually when she starts going back up top to get under the heat and recover. She's such a... I mean, I've literally had her for an entirely 11 years. Like most lizards, I mean, there are some out there that will live for a long time, but these particular kind are, well, if you think of like annals or some of the smaller type species, they don't typically live a very long time. But this one, when I saw her, so I actually did see her at a pet shop rather than try, before I knew too much about it. I saw her at, I think it was Petco, and she was just so beautiful. And I went home. I didn't take her. I went and did some research, and I came back and got her. And she's actually been part of my life for a long time. I don't talk about her a lot, because obviously this is a cat channel and not a lizard channel. But, you know, she is part of my family as well. And I used to even take her out on walks. So I had her on leashes, and she'd hang around and like to walk, or at least bask in the sun. I have to be careful because, you know, you don't want them to get bugs that are outside, because you have no idea if they have parasites or anything like that. So you just have to be really careful. But I'd like to think she has had a good life. I'm not trying to talk about her in past tense, because she's still here, and hopefully will be here for some time. Most people probably wouldn't think of a lizard as a good pet, but I think her personality, you know, she doesn't mind being on your shoulder or walking across while you're just have her on you. There are some personalities, like I kind of talked about before with Jasper. He's just too scared of humans, so he's better to be just you know, in a terrarium or in the wild, you know, rather than anywhere near people. But she's usually okay, except right now, because obviously she's scared, extra scared, because she's protective of her eggs and her health right now. So she's a little more scared than normal. But typically she'll take food straight from my thank you, straight from like tongs. So I'll take the worm and I'll put the tongs in front of her, and she'll just take the worm right from us. That's also a weird thing, because obviously you don't typically feed cats or anything, live animals or worms. So that was something we had to get used to. But she is an amazing... I like seeing her. Look at that. She keeps moving around. Just with her head, maybe, but it looks more active than it was. So I like that. I'm guessing she's about to move somewhere. Or she can tell that the camera is watching her and she's just kind of expecting to leap at it or something. I don't know. I think she's going to get down though. Oh, of course. Right at that moment, it moves on to the other camera. So now I can't see her. Not really well. She's so lovely as a pet, though. And I want to do better. Like the next time I do own, and I do want another Chinese water dragon. I think that or a chameleon at some point. But I think I'll do better because while I did research, I was told that I could keep her in a 40-gallon while she was a baby, but it wasn't. It was not the right thing. Oh, she's struggling. Oh, I wish she could walk better. Oh, she fell again. So, what I just witnessed there, I think she was trying to walk up the thing and she just does not have the ability to walk right now because of her legs. It is not good. She does not have bone disease. I'm just repeating that because I know there are other or viewers right now. We have ruled that out. She does not have bone disease. I think this is because of her egg-boundness right now. Her bones look great on the x-ray, but she is struggling to walk. I can see that, and that's very concerning. The hope, they did say that there was an egg on the x-ray that looks like it is nearing the canal where it's just about to exit. So we think that, she should be pushing that one out, but I cannot let her continue like this for more than the 24 hours, which it was almost 6 hours or something now since the injections. So tomorrow, if I can make it till tomorrow, I mean, I might get too nervous and have to take her today. But anyway, so we're just monitoring her, trying to make sure she's okay, but that walking is really concerning. And like you said, Kim, she stiffened up even that time and kind of just fell over. But I think it's because when they do get upside down, it's harder for them to breathe. Their lungs aren't like ours, and it just kind of gets stuck in one place. So that might be why. Because to me it looked like she was fine and she was just trying to walk and climb, and she did not get to do that. And fell. You can see her breathing. Yeah, I know. That's not normal. I have, up until now, I mean, she's always had, what do I say? I've seen her have difficulty walking before, but not like this. This is definitely the worst I've ever seen it. And I have read that, and I don't know how true this is, the vet didn't tell me about this. I've just researched. And I have seen something about paralyzation almost in the back legs when the eggs are there. I'm just wondering if that is what's causing it. And that was Wednesday again. She has decided to join us and meow. once again, because she's silly. But yeah, I got her from before she fell. I was talking about how I ended up getting her from Petco, and I had her in a 40-gallon breeder. Yeah. And one of the things that you'll probably notice is I have like this blacked out area by her lay box that is hiding her, so she can't look out the glass. Well, it's not glass, it's acrylic. In the 40-gallon breeder, I didn't have any of that, and it wasn't for the egg laying stuff because she was too young then anyway. But she beat up her mouth. She would go after the glass thinking either it was she could see the reflection and was attacking the reflection, or she was trying to escape, not realizing glass is there and stuff. So it's very important to use soap that makes it non-reflective, or use like that black sticker stuff that I have so she can't see out. And I didn't know that in the beginning, so that was something I learned the hard way. And so I've learned a lot along the way to treat her a lot better, but that's also why it's so important for people to research before they and just go in and buy or adopt a new reptile or exotic pet. These things are hard to care for. And again, this is a Chinese water dragon, which requires high humidity, which means lots of misting, fogging, and you can see in there it's nice and wet. And you also have to be careful of molding and stuff like that. So a lot, in that dirt there that you see, I have I forgot, there's some isopods and I forget the name of the other thing, but they're little tiny things that will sit there and eat fungi and mold and all that kind of stuff so that it keeps it clean. So it's a living thing, a living terrarium. I think that anytime the camera switches to this one, it must make a clicking sound or something, because she seems to look at us every time it switches to this one. The one good news is she does seem alert. Typically, when they're in an urgent situation, they will not be alert. They would be closing their eyes. They would be really super lethargic, not trying to move around. So that is one good sign. That doesn't mean she's out of the woods or anything close to that. But that's the kind of thing I'm looking for to know if I just need to take her right away rather than waiting that 24 hours. Well, it's much less than 24 hours now, but you know what I mean. Wednesday's watching us. She's not even sleeping. She's just staring at the live stream. Well, the camera, I guess. It's difficult. So similar, I keep talking to you, Kim, but it's to anyone, but it just reminds me. So similar to your mornings that you go through and clean all the litter boxes. Well, on the live stream, I know you do that every day, but this cleaning a reptile cage is horrendous, especially like cleaning the water. But you also have to like take everything out, scrub it down, take out the green mat, spray that down, wash it. It's amazing all the stuff that you have to do with a reptile cage and make sure that it stays pretty clean. Right now it's extra dirty from, the wet dirt on there. So as she's getting in the dirt and then she climbs up those logs, or she climbs out of the litter box into the other part of the water, it just gets so dirty. And the thing that you probably can't really tell from here, yeah, it's crazy, is in that dirt, there's little pieces of like mulch that I tried to get as much out as I could when I put it in, but you cannot find dirt without like little wood pieces or whatever. And she'll drag that with her and put it into the blue water over there. And when I go to clean it, so I have to dump it out, it gets stuck in the little sink because there's so many stupid brown wood pieces, and I have to carry that. That's a pain in the butt. It's just crazy. I tried to feed her earlier, but she didn't seem to want to eat today. I mean, I wouldn't blame her though. She got taken to the vet out of her home, the place she feels the most important, most safe, and obviously she's going through a lot of stuff right now. So, and she doesn't have to eat every day. I try to feed her every day a little bit rather than feed her once every few days or once every couple days with a lot. It all depends on everyone. Has their own way of doing things. I like to try and feed her on a daily basis, but they don't have to eat on a daily basis. It's a very interesting thing with reptiles. Oh, now Wednesday's sleepy. She's got her eyes closed. And when I moved her from the 40-gallon into this tank here, the acrylic isn't as bad. It doesn't have it is reflective, but not like the glass. And so the only reason I have these black things up on the side here is explicitly to give her privacy. So if we're down there or if there's something that's moving, like while she's trying to do lay box, it makes her feel much more safer, not that she can't see out of it. So that's why that's there. But I also have it on the other side as well, because just in case, I don't like her rubbing up the mouth against it either, so just in case. She moved again a little bit. I can barely see her in this camera angle right now. And thank you everyone who is viewing. I do see there's several of you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to message in the chat. I've said this once before, but just again, I know this is a cat channel. This is Jade, and obviously not a cat, but she is my cat's siblings. Wednesday and Echo are not on camera because I don't let them go down in the basement to scare her any further. Oh, now I can't see her at all on this angle. She must be in the very far corner. And I have a feeling we might try to see her try to climb up that brown log again shortly. It would be nice though if she's actually digging. I think it would be great if she's just digging and she's gonna lay her eggs. I mean, that would be an amazing gift. Even if we can't see it. If I don't mind if it's not on camera, if that, if she gets those eggs laid, because that's important. I think I have, no, that's the gray. Never mind. I was going to say, I think I saw the carrier that I bring her in to the vet. So she has, basically I use what are those tubs called that you store things in? Whatever those are called, but some sort of tub. And in that I lay like warm, so you put a rice in like a stocking or whatever and you warm it up because it retains heat for quite a while. I also create like a couple bags, like plastic bags with little warm wet towels in it. And then above that, I put a layer of another towel, just a dry, non-hot towel. And then I lay her in that to keep her warm, because she also, not only does she need humidity, like she shouldn't be below 75 at night, 75 degrees at night. And they do bask all the way up to like 90 something at the top. So I see her tail. So I do think she must have like gone down to the bottom again. And she's probably getting ready to climb or come back over on this side, it looks like, anyway. If you hear noises, it's my chair. I keep adjusting. Sorry. Do you ever reach over to your cat when they're sleeping just to pet them and then they make the cutest sound? Because you disturb them. Not on purpose necessarily, but I love those little coos. Yeah. They're just so cute when that happens. I'd really like to figure out what's up with those camera glitches, but for now it's doing what it needs to do. Would you guys guess, based off her tail, do you think she's outside of the dirt on the ground right now? Now we can't even see that part because we're in the blocked. It is getting close to the time where the lights will be shutting off on their own, at which point we'll probably have to close this live stream and figure out another way to monitor her myself. Ooh, I just saw her. Barely saw her, but I don't know where she was headed. Automating things make it so much easier on timers and based off temperature, because it's just so much easier. And yeah, she's decided she's gonna hide from us again for a bit. In the beginning, before I got I think it was like a Frog King something mister, before I had that, I literally had to use a water spray bottle, and to keep it moist enough every day, multiple times a day. Now that I have the mister, all I have to do is fill a bucket, keep that bucket up and let it keep misting. It makes life easier, definitely. Just trying to think of what else I was going to say about that. It also keeps things consistent on a schedule, so if you don't have to forget to turn off the lights or anything. It just happens automatically. That also means usually when she kind of senses the time, and so she'll go into her little corner that she typically sleeps in just before the lights go out usually. So that's good too. Reptiles are one of my favorite. I mean, cats obviously are my favorite, but the reptiles are up there. They're like my second favorite animals to keep and adopt and kind of rescue even. I also, while I haven't shared that too much anyway on my channel, I also have saltwater tanks which have things that I've got those anemones and clownfish. They don't look just like Nemo though. They're a different species of clownfish. Sometimes I have tons of coral. I also have, different types of snails like conch and kind of that like to clean the glass a lot, urchins, all that kind of stuff too. So I definitely keep busy with animals, most like they are kind of my life. Oh, here she is again. Oh, is she gonna fall? She's gonna fall. She's gonna fall. Does it seem like to you she wants to get up further? Like, should I try to put her on the basking light before it goes away? See, this is a part, like, I don't know what she's trying to do, but I can tell she's struggling to walk wherever she wants to walk. I did say that to the vet too. I said she doesn't look like she's walking right, and she didn't say anything about that, so I don't really know. Yeah, I understand. They do need heat. I know that, but I mean that's partially why I'm giving her the warm baths too, but the problem is the heater's all the way at the top, and it's not to say it's cold at the bottom, but it's definitely colder at the bottom, and I don't know that it's enough heat to keep her warm. And I wish I knew what she was trying to do. Hi, Wednesday. You really like to show up and announce you every time you come. You silly girl. I'm going to try to see what she does in the next few minutes, and if she tries to climb higher, it's around that time I need to end the live stream anyway, but I might need to put her up in the warmth for like the next 30 minutes or so, and so we'll see what she tries to do next. And if she falls again, I'm just going to try to put her up there and see if she likes it. That could explain why I haven't seen her up there more than I would expect her to anyway, or less, or I've seen her less up there. I don't know. I'm mumbling at this stage. I guess stress does that. She must feel very uncomfortable. I can't imagine it feeling great. At least she got 2 of her eggs out, so it's not as bad. Boy, that hornworm does not move much. It's still just sitting there. It's not dead. It's just must be eating something off the ground. I wish you guys could see her bright green colors when she's healthy, or not stressed at least. It's a beautiful, beautiful dragon when she's the normal color. Also, I have to be careful. Anytime I handle her, I wash my hands immediately before I touch anything, because I don't want to get salmonella to my cats, or anything like that. So I'm always very careful about that. That's also the reason why I like to keep them separate. It's a useful tidbit in case you ever get reptiles or have a friend that has reptiles anyway. Wednesday's itchy. Okay, so I don't want to wait until it's too late for her basking. So I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and end the stream. I'm going to keep monitoring her though. I'm going to put her up on the basking light, give her some warmth, see what happens, and then I'll keep an eye on her. And I'll keep you guys updated on my channel, of course, and I may do more live stream another time later on with this if I don't have to take her to the ER quite a, and if she does start laying eggs or something, I might just start a live stream too. So thank you guys so much for being here to support me, support Jade. It is very difficult to watch her like this. I think for a while I've been thinking this may be her last clutch. This is definitely going to be her last clutch, whether or not she lays them naturally or otherwise. I think we need to get her spayed because we can't go through this again. She can't go through this again. So again, thank you so much for being here. We will see you next time, and again, I'll keep you updated and look out for another live stream in case she does start laying her eggs. Thanks. Bye, everyone.